Hello and welcome to Explore the North. My name is Sarah and I will give you a safety instruction how to drive a Husky sled. This doesn't mean that you can avoid joining on the instructions you will be given by your guide before going on the tour. If you have a passenger, the passenger sits inside the sled and hands inside. The passenger can, while moving, take photos and talk and act. They are more free to do whatever they wish. The driver needs to be focused 100%. The dogs, they will always be in the front of the sled. They are attached in the collar and in the harness. They will run in a straight line. If the dogs for some reason stops, then you need to stop as well. If the dogs get tangled, then you need to stop and you will get help from the guide. The guide will always be in the front and you will have the distance necessary from your first two dogs in the front to the next person driving a sled. That is at least 10 meters. Now I will show you how you should stand. Feet like this. Soft knees. Hands like this. Not too close to each other, that will affect your balance. Keep the hands wide so you can be relaxed. Eyes focus to the front. Look at your dogs and look at the person driving the sled in front of you. This one and that one, that's for safety. It's the parking brake. That one you do not need to do anything with. You will get the help from us. When we are ready to go, then you stand ready. No fixing gloves, no fixing clothes, no photos. Ready to go. Both hands on the handlebar. So hands here and ready. We will then fix, take the anchor up, make sure everything is okay. The guide will show thumb up. That means that you are ready. This one, that's the most important thing you have to control the sled. That's the brake. 1 foot on the brake, that's speed control. 2 feet on the brake, that's stop. When you are stopping, you cannot leave your sled. If you do that, the dogs will go without you. Remember, stand still on the brake. If we're gonna stop for a break or a lunch, the guide will help you and secure your team. You stand on the brake until you get the signal that it's okay to go off. When we start in the kennel, everything is ready. You are ready to go. 2 feet on the brake. Both hands on the handlebar. Look at the sled in front of you. When they start to move, you give a good distance of minimum 10 meters. Then you put 1 foot up on the runners, keep 1 foot on the brake, and let go a little bit. Have the eyes focused on your dogs. Make sure you see that all the dogs in the team start to run. Then you let go more of the brake. Still keep a foot on the brake to be able to stop if you need to. If everything is good and you have a good distance, then you stand like this. You lean inside the curves and you need to be active. If you have a downhill, you always brake. Make sure that your sled doesn't run faster than the dogs and keep a controlled speed. If you have an uphill, you're gonna need to help the dogs by kicking the sled or even walking. Remember to hold on to the sled. If you for some reason tip, the dogs will stop. When you need to tip it back up, be prepared to be on the brake. If you tip it up and you leave it, the dogs will go without you. And maybe your friend will as well be going with the dogs without the driver. That's not a good idea. Make sure you remember to control the speed by using the brake. Some sleds look a little bit different, but they all have this one, the brake. Some of them have as well this one. That's a second brake. That's for speed control. When you are out on the trail and your dogs are constantly catching up with the team in front of you, then you can use this one and keep one foot a little bit to always slow down the speed. It's nicer for the dogs to keep even speed instead of constantly stopping and starting over again. So remember that safety comes first. Take care of yourself, your passenger and your dogs. I wish you all a wonderful tour and a nice stay here with us at Explore the North.